it is Lisa here, or the Diamond Stitcher as I go by on YouTube and Instagram. Hello, good morning or good afternoon, whatever time you are watching this video. I hope you're having a wonderful day. If you are new to my channel, first off, welcome. I'm happy you found me. I hope you would consider subscribing and sticking around for all things diamond painting. And if you are returning, thank you so much for your continued support. I say it all the time, but I am really grateful for each and every one of you. Now, I am going to put together my 2023 year in review. I do think I have maybe one or two paintings that I actually did in 2022, but I can't remember, so I'm just going to include them here anyways, because I've been thinking what I think I'm going to do, because I have a space issue where we live, is I can't keep all my diamond paintings. It's going to get too heavy. The portfolio I use, so I think what I'm going to do is keep my favorites and then toss or gift away the other ones. Once I'm done this video, once I have like a, digital copy of everything I completed, then I think I will make this kind of finished stash a little bit smaller, just because we live in a one-bedroom apartment and my storage locker is full of Diamond Art clubs that need doing. I really don't want to waste space with Diamond Art clubs that are already finished. Anyway, this will be, as I said, my 2023 year in review. I started my YouTube channel actually the beginning of 2023. I think it was around February, sometime in early February, where I posted my first video. I have been in the diamond painting community though since late 2021. And yeah, I just decided it was time to start a YouTube channel. I wanted to share my craft with everyone, and that's what I did. So predating that, I don't have a good recollection except on Instagram. Probably all my finishes are on my Instagram if you do scroll back, if you're interested to see them all. But I never used to keep all of them. I would only keep some. This year I decided to keep most of my finishes. Now, when we go through this logbook, we'll actually see some empty spaces or kits that I ended up not completing or I didn't hold on to, and I will explain that as we go through it. But yeah, let's get started. I'm going to start with this one since it's on the top. It's actually not even in my logbook. I guess I didn't save the sticker. I was just too excited to start this one. This one, of course, is Diamond Art Club. Now, the majority of the finishes you see here are going to be Diamond Art Club, not just because I'm affiliated with them now, but I really do enjoy the quality of their canvases. Their rendering style suits me, and I find their canvases are a joy to work on. I have the least issues with them, and if you know me, if you've been around a while, I just pulled a diamond off here, you guys. If you've been around a while, you know that I have nerve damage in my arms, and my arms and hands can get very weak and sore, or don't work at all. And because of that, I just focus my time that I can on things that bring me joy, which Diamond Art Club does. So that's why you'll see lots of them here. I did this one very quickly through the month of December. Actually, this was, what was the one I was working on before? I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, so this December, I hosted a pretty laid back event in my Facebook group, Winter DP Along 2023, and I actually think I worked on 4 canvases during the month. I did not finish them all. This is the only finish, but I did start with Dakota Dateweiler's Christmas Eve at the Workshop. That one is actually rolled up in storage. I decided to put that away just because it was so big and I was getting overwhelmed, and I hope to bring it out again next year. And then I started on Gnome for the Holidays, which is by Marjorie Sarnat. That's a very confetti heavy one. I did do a row on that, and then I decided to roll it up and put it down in storage. That one for sure I will work on next year because I absolutely love the colors in that one. And then I did this one because it's a round and I thought it would work up very quickly, and I absolutely love how Diamond Art Club rendered these Christmas lights. To me, they just look like they are glowing. They have regular DMC mixed with AB and some fairy dust, a lot of them. Yeah. And yeah, when you stand back and look at it, it does look like they're glowing. So I really like this. It worked up really quickly. Diamond wise, quality was amazing, and yeah, you can see the sparkle. Diamond Art Club's rounds really do sparkle in a different way than the squares, which we'll see in a minute. But yeah, these are like disco ball. If you look at it in the sun, you'll be blinded kind of sparkle. So this was my most recent finish. I am probably actually going to paint the borders black like I normally do, and probably save this one. Now I'm going to show you the other snowman that I have that I actually completed in 2022 that I usually hang up every year, or that's the plan. I did hang it up again this year. I do like this one just because there's a lot of different colors and it's just a really neat image. Now, I don't have this in this logbook because this would have predated everything, but as I did do this one in 2022, I believe. This is a square from Diamond Art Club. So I think they've since upgraded. Let me just look. It actually looks like some of these diamonds in this kit, I should really seal this. Some of the diamonds in this kit are the new 20 facets, so it must have been around the time when they were upgrading things, but I think since this, they've upgraded their resin formula and their squares are even more sparkly. I am feeling popping drills in some spots. So that's the thing. The grids are a little bit tighter, and over time, as the glue cures, it can actually pull diamonds a little bit more closer together. So you might find you have a few popping up that you just need to push back down and make sure it's really stuck to the glue. Another thing you can do is seal the painting. I might seal this one after filming this, because this is one I think I will just keep and put up every year. I just love the snowman. I love, he's got a little cardinal. He's got some Christmas presents. Oops, Christmas presents over here in the corner. Over here that are really pretty, a sled, and yeah, I just really like this image. So this was hanging up in my bathroom for most of December until I finished that other one I just showed you, and then I put it on top of this one. Yeah, I really like this finish. I remember feeling like this one was took so long, and I was really happy when it was done. But I love the finish of this one. As you can see, this is usually what I do with all my finishes, the ones that I'm gonna hang up. I have an area in the bathroom where I hang paintings on a curtain rod kind of setup, and I will post a picture of what it kind of looks like now during editing. But yeah, I usually paint the borders black, and as you can see, I do cut them down as well. And I've never had problem with the canvas fraying after I've cut it, and that just talks to the quality of the Diamond Art Club canvases. And yeah, that's what I do. I put 2 coats of black acrylic paint. I actually have a video that I made quite a while ago now, but all on how to seal a diamond painting and paint the borders black and then cut it down. I will link that in the description box, but all those kind of tips and tricks or how-to kind of videos, check out my tips and tricks section. You may see something there. If there is, you know, a question or something you want to see, whether it be a new product, paintings from a certain shop, or you want a specific tutorial, my inbox is always open. You can email me at thediamondstitcher@gmail.com or send me a message on Facebook or Instagram, and I can take a look at creating that content for you. I'm always open to ideas. This would have been one of my first finishes when I did decide to start keeping track of things. So this one is on my very first page here. This one is called Always by Sarah Richter and Diamond Art Club. It's round drills, measures 51 by 64 centimeters. I tend to write a few little notes so that I remember if I go to do a post review on it. I said no trash, super sparkly, and 1 electrometallic diamond. This was one of the 2022 Cyber Monday, Black Friday releases from what I recall, because I do remember I did have a friend purchase this for me because I can never stay up to midnight and then send it off to me. This was one I just felt I didn't want to miss. I like the artwork. I do a variety of different styles of diamond painting, but this kind of darker or kind of sad type artwork I relate to because I've had, you know, struggles in my life. So I do relate to that as far as finding meaning in painting. So you will see them sometimes. But I do tend to nowadays do more bright, colorful paintings because I did find the more darker stuff I work on, the more my mood is actually not the best, the more sad I am. So I try and stick with bright things, but this one is gorgeous. I remember working on this. This was probably my first round from Diamond Art Club in a long time. I didn't like rounds, but since they did some upgrades, they upgraded the grid, the diamonds, the facets, the resin, I thought I would give it a try, and I remember thoroughly enjoying this one. It came together really nicely. No popping drills. I'm running my hands over this. I did not seal this as far as I remember, and it's held up really nicely. I like the shading in the skeleton, and they rendered her face really beautifully. no like unnecessary confetti. And I think this was one of the very first Diamond Art Club paintings where I worked on that had these special kind of metallic diamonds that they called electro charted in, and I thought they did a wonderful job. It's on her armbands, in her necklace, and also on her bracelets. But yeah, I really did enjoy this painting. This kind of size of painting is kind of my sweet spot. I enjoy this size the most. Now, these are probably going to be out of order as well, because some of them, yeah, now the next one we'll need that is Fairy Light. So this is one that I was supposed to sneak peek for Diamond Art Club's Halloween release in 2023, but it wasn't in the warehouse in time. So I ended up doing a first look for them because I had interviewed the artist. So the artist of this painting is Rita Konya, or Area Illustration, she goes by as her art name. If you would like to hear from the artist and see a little bit about the work she does, I would check out the video I did on my channel on this. You should probably find it either in the sneak peek section or the unboxings. I might have put it in the sneak peek section because it was never actually sneak peeked as far as I remember. I hope I'm not misremembering that. Anyway, it should be there. The artist was really kind and sent over an amazing video introducing herself. But yeah, I actually did not complete this one, so it really shouldn't be in this video, but it deserves some attention. My mom actually saw this one and stole it from me and finished it. I had started the sky. She had taken it and finished it off, but I said that she had to give it back to me because this is very likely going to be one of my favorite paintings for quite a while. I just love this artist's artwork. I love the ladies she paints. They're just so beautiful. And yeah, I just love her artwork. Actually, in these little fun ghosts, we added something called bubbles. They're special diamonds. I got them from DP with Sparklers. They're kind of meant to look like teardrops or little water bubbles. I thought it would just be something different than crystals to put in the ghosts. And I put some in this one over here too, just for fun. They actually are a lot higher in height as well. And then we added a few crystals to the eyes of the lady and the cat. Otherwise, we left it as charted, and all of these this gold kind of leaves down here are all mixed with fairy dust diamonds. So it was absolutely beautiful to work on, and I had this up during September and October, into November too, I think. I don't have any notes on it because, as I said, Mom completed it. But it worked up really quickly. It didn't take her too long to complete it. Now, this one is probably actually one I did in 2021 or early 2022, but this is one of my absolute favorite paintings. I just love the way that they rendered this painting. She just looks gorgeous every time. Even when you stand back a little more, she looks even more gorgeous. I will, actually, I'm probably going to hang her up now because I don't have a finished painting on my wall where I hang them. I just took down the 2 Christmas ones, and we're going to put our Christmas tree away today. I am filming on New Year's Eve in the morning, though. Early in the morning. My husband's sleeping. I hope he remains sleeping for the rest of this video. But anyways, yeah, this is one of my favorite finishes. These round diamonds, like, look at them. I did not use a ruler. I think I did pretty darn good for a newbie diamond painter. The way they fit together back then was just so amazing. And these are not even the upgraded diamonds. I don't think they are. Oh, they might be, actually. I can't remember, you guys, when they actually upgraded it. Anyway, super sparkly, as always with the round diamonds. You can tell, I think the newer rounds, like this painting that I showed you, was even more sparkly because at this time they had upgraded the resin formula as well as the facets. So they're even more sparkly. This one doesn't really do it justice, but I love the colors in this painting. I do not remember the name of the painting. The artist, though, is Dimitra Milan. And yeah, I absolutely love her artwork. I wish we started to see more. I don't know if she's still signed with Diamond Art Club or not, actually. Her art was very popular when I first started diamond painting. I would love to see more of it, though. This one, I actually had to cut down, so it's not the full image. If I'm recalling correctly, I actually had to cut a couple inches or quite a few rows off the top, the bottom, and the sides to make it fit into the portfolio I had at the time. At the time, I was using the Art Dot A1 portfolio, which I very quickly realized I did not like. Did I pop a diamond off again? Or is that just a loose one? I don't see any missing spots. Might have a rogue diamond. That's why it's always good to seal your paintings too. I mean, sealing Sealing paintings does void warranties, but in my opinion, once I'm finished, I don't really need the warranty anymore. I just want the diamonds to stay where they are. But if you don't seal it and say you have it hanging for a while and diamonds are popping off, it's still under that lifetime warranty. If you don't have any spare diamonds to put in its place, you can email Diamond Art Club as long as you are the original purchaser. So that is one thing. If you seal it, then the warranty is voided. But this diamond painting is one of the first ones that I blinged out. I actually sat down and I planned it, which is unusual. Usually I kind of just wing it. But all in his tail here, all these beautiful crystals. I don't even know if you can see it. Maybe let me zoom in. It's easier to zoom in than hold this thing up with my nerve damage, but so many crystals. I remember having so much fun with this one. In his wings too, I did a lot of outlining, some in his ears and his fur on his neck. His horns, or antlers, sorry, are full of ABs that were already charted. You can really see all the crystals over here too. I really went crazy with them, but I think this painting, I think it did this painting justice. I even added some through here. Just the way that this animal is drawn, it just, I felt, especially down here in the tail, really allowed awesome use of some crystals and sparklers. All the special diamonds in this painting would be from DP with Sparklers. And yeah, even up here in the sky over here, I did all that. I even added some quad cubes, which you can see a big green one here, pink one here, green one there. I added some of the sky where the bigger stars were. And then in the moons, there's two moons here. I'm not sure that might be a planet, but I think they're both moons. And I just added some blue crystals just to highlight some of the areas in there. As I said, this is one of my favorite bling ups ever. I wish I could display it. I had somewhere to display it often because it is just so beautiful. I don't think I have this in my little notebook either because I think this is one of the earlier ones I did. I think it probably would have been in 2022 that I did do that one. Now we should be mostly at the 2023 paintings. We actually have, well, I can skip ahead. So this one is actually one that I had kitted up ready to go after my most recent surgery in July of 2023, or no, sorry, April 2023. That's when my surgery was. And I kit this one up for the post-op period, and I actually did the majority of this painting with my left hand. And look at that. I think it turned out amazing for somebody who's right hand dominant. I mean, my lines aren't the best, but I think they're pretty darn good. I did single place some of this, and then I taught myself how to use up to a 4-placer with my left hand, and I can still do it if my right hand is bothering me. I still have the option or ability to use my left hand now, so that was really awesome. And I did bling this one up too. Let me see. I think I had, yeah, here it is. So this one's called Three Gnomes Gardening by Susan Wingett. It's about a 50 by 40 centimeter. I wrote I didn't like the mushrooms. So in this painting, I used special diamonds, mostly from DP with Sparklers. Some of the crystals, though, are from Oraloa. If you did not know, Oraloa does have a diamond shop where you can actually buy ABs and crystals, as well as regular DMCs if you run out or if you're doing a special project. And I thought I heard that they were also going to offer glitter dust drills, but I haven't seen that yet. So in this painting, I added all sorts of things. We have up at the top there, we have some sparklers and glitter drills. So these are the kind of glitter drills that have the gold glitter on top. You can kind of see it right there. I did in this one, there are tons of them. See how it has that gold glitter on top? Then in these flowers and the little bumblebee, I added some sparklers, some more purple stuff over here to highlight the buds on the leaves. All of the ABs were charted by Diamond Art Club. I tend not to add extra ABs because most kits come with them. And I tend to use the other ones. I used to like using a lot of crystals, but nowadays I'm actually more interested in finding fairy dust diamonds and using those and swapping those in because it gives a little bit more of a subtle look. Looks like I'm missing a crystal right in the middle. Darn. Anyway, I blinged up the watering can, and yeah, these mushrooms I did not like. As you can see, they're kind of two-toned and they don't blend well. If I didn't honestly want to spend the time pulling these off. They were really hard to get off because the glue on this canvas was so sticky. So I left them, but if I could go back, I would not bling those up, or I would find colors that match closer. The thing is, when I bling stuff up, usually I just pull out my boxes of special diamonds and I choose a color that is similar in shade, but sometimes like this, I might not have something. I think it looks good on paper, but when I get it down, just the way the lines are and everything, I end up not liking it. But again, I was too tired to pull them off. I really loved how these sparklers here looked in the bird's belly. I think that turned out really nicely. And then I remember really liking the sparklers in the middle here. I think they were called daffodil, if I'm not mistaken. Or sunflower maybe, but I thought they looked nice, and I do like how they turned out there. And then my little ladybug is full of crystals, as well as the watering can. So this one was really cool. Again, did it with my left hand and pretty proud of that. This one was my first finish from a new to me shop called Moonimade. You might recall that name. She is one of our 3D printed tray makers in the community, and her trays are really popular. Still, many years later, they sell out in seconds when she does list them. The best way these days to get a diamond painting tray, if you want to try one of her trays, is to add on, when you buy a diamond painting, you can upgrade the toolkit into a Moonimade toolkit, which includes one of her 3D printed trays. You can't pick the kind or color of tray. She matches it with the painting, but that is one surefire way to get one of her trays, is by adding it on to one of her diamond paintings. I do like her diamond paintings. I wish that shipping was not so crazy to Canada anymore. I would probably buy a lot more from her. Her quality is great. I remember really enjoying this kit. The round diamonds were really nice. They were pretty uniform in size. I'm just taking a look. They fit together really snug, really nicely. She also does 100% hand charting on her canvases, so that's the same kind of rendering style as Diamond Art Club, which I like. Because where I do hang these paintings up to enjoy them for a little bit, it's in close quarters, so this rendering style really suits it. Higher confetti computer generated images don't look that great where I hang them, so I try and avoid them. Plus, this kind of rendering brings me a lot more joy, and I like it. I think it turned out wonderfully. This kit had 28 colors. I would consider her one of the premium shops as well. Her supplies are really good. She also has the title. This one was called Hang In There by Cute But Weird. I believe you can still get this on her website. I think it was one of her popular images. And I think I did write something. Here we go. This one took me, I did this after surgery too, or actually just before my surgery. That's right. Amazing quality, no gaps, little trash, no static. So yeah, I really did enjoy this. As a Canadian though, shipping is quite expensive these days. It tends to be cheaper up front with UPS, but then you will always have to pay a customs and a broker fee. And the broker fee, sometimes for some of my orders from Moonimade, my most expensive one was $67, and I'm not even kidding you. Actually, I am, because there was one more order. I think one of my very last orders that I placed, I had $100 and some cent bill on arrival. $75 was the broker fee. I'm not even kidding you. That's the fee for filling out paperwork. They charge $75. And I think in that order is when I got some of her snack size kits along with some trays. So that was my last order. So if you do order from them, I do recommend, if they still offer USPS, it's going to be more upfront, but you're not going to get that big broker fee. You will still probably have to pay duties, but it should be cheaper than going UPS. The only way to get around avoiding a $75 broker fee from UPS is declaring the value very low, usually under $20, but shops can't do that because that's not a proper business, right? In D-stashes, it's a little bit different, or if you're sending your friend something, but as a shop, they can't really legally do that. So our hands are kind of tied. So if you do want to, I do recommend this shop for quality. If you're Canadian, just be prepared for extra money you're going to have to owe on arrival. But you know, if it is a company you want to try at least once and there's an image you really like, I would recommend you get it because the quality is there. So she is also actually in the process of changing suppliers, so we may see some changes over the next few months. This one is one of my all-time favorite paintings from Diamond Art Club. I remember seeing Emeralds and Fairy Lights Lindsay, another fellow creator and Diamond Art Club sneak peeker, she completed this one, and I absolutely fell in love with this image. I did get it on a restock following that, and I held on to it for a little bit, and I thoroughly enjoyed working on it. I do remember getting a little burnt out because of all the dark up here, and then down here, look at that, it's confetti city. So I did get burnt out, but I did enjoy it. I don't know if you can see through the camera, but I did bling out her wings. I did add lots of crystals and sparklers. I did kind of the outline of the wings, and then the little veins that you see in the wings. In her hair too, you can see all sorts of different streaks. And that was about it for the blinging. I did not bling up anything down here. I probably could have made these flowers come to life a little bit more, but I think if we look at this, I did this. When did I do this? Oh, it was in March. Okay, so it was before my surgery, so I would have been doing very poorly at that time. So it would have, I actually didn't take too long to finish it. I do remember thoroughly enjoying working on this. This was one of the paintings that, you know, you wake up and you can't wait to diamond paint, and then you can't go to bed because you can't stop diamond painting. This was one of those paintings for me. I just loved it. And did they have new drills by this time? Now, they did go through a period where they did upgrade the drills, not to 20, but they upgraded them from 9 to 13, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So that was this transition period. As you can see, I don't know if I pointed it out in another painting, but the sparkle on the squares are very different than the rounds from Diamond Art Club. Rounds have more, to me, like a disco ball effect, a bright sparkle, and these ones kind of shimmer. It's a bit different. There's like a sheen on it. You can see when I move it in the light like that. They do look different finished. Both look awesome though. It just depends what kind of look. I tend to gravitate more to squares. I like that kind of sheen look. I also like the full coverage. You know, the squares are super tight to each other, so I tend to gravitate towards squares, but there are benefits of both, of course. Did I write anything down here? I said very little static kitting up. New grid, no gapping. So at some point last year, they actually shrunk the drill field so that their squares would fit together more tightly. So that was this. And yeah, you can see pretty clearly. Let me zoom in. Like, skin is notorious for seeing gapping, but it really was a lot, much improved than previously. Very little trash, plenty left over. So yeah, Diamond Art Club always sends extra diamonds. Why did I put that there? Why don't I have, I'm wondering why I put the 2023 sticker here. Because I finished this in 2023 too. Maybe I just forgot. Let's move this up here. Just for purposes. Anyways. Let's see, there's nothing else for that. What's next? Oh, I did fill out this one. I did go over that one already, actually. We went over that one. This one is in the pile somewhere. Let me get rid of this. This is a painting I've actually held on to that I probably did actually in 2021 or early 2022. This is by Demetra Milan as well. She was one of my favorite artists back then, and I just loved this image. Beautiful lady over here staring into the wolf, and I loved how in her hair and that they have the clouds, and I think there's a bunch of mountains in here, all sorts of stuff in there. And then in the wolf he has all of the woods, and there's a river or water going through there. I just really like this painting, and I've held on to it because it was one of those kind of early on. This was my favorite kind of painting. I've always held on to it. I may elect to pass it on now that I have some new favorites and that I've been diamond painting a little longer, but I will keep a digital version of this as well. That way I always have the picture, right? That is something new that I'm going to do for 2024 is I'm going to create a digital copy of all these, meaning taking a photo and making sure I have it saved on my hard drive so that I always have a recollection of what I did, because I am not somebody who's going to be able to keep them all like others can. I just don't have the space. Nor do I really want hundreds and hundreds of diamond paintings rolled up in storage where I'm not really enjoying them, right? So yeah, that's something I'm going to try to do This year, it's probably not going to be anything fancy, but it'll be, all I need are the pictures and the proof that I finished something, right? This is Happy Flowers Blue Vase by Olga Akbarova, a 51 by 51 centimeter from Diamond Art Club. Only took me less than a month to finish. There were 5 ABs in here. This painting also was when they upgraded their resin formula, so things are a lot more sparkly. And then I wrote down here that I like, with the painting that has a lot of ABs like this, I'm not a single placer, I'm a multi-placer, so I want to be able to multi-place them. But if you've worked with ABs, you know that they can be finicky and sometimes they stick to the red wax or putty sticks to them. I found an awesome product from a shop called Dream Wax Studio. They are on Etsy. They are based in Canada. The USA shop equivalent to their product is Patty Wax Super Sticky version, not their regular wax, but they're super sticky. And it's a very hard beeswax formula, and I actually put it in a single placer and a 6-placer, and I multi-placed with all of these ABs with that wax from Dream Wax Studio. So if you're somebody who fiddles with ABs and they kind of annoy you, I would recommend trying that out. Now, their wax, it is super hard. To get it into your placers, you need to scrape it in. I know I've had some people message me, how do you get this into your pen? You just scrape it. Let me actually grab and show you. Dream Wax Studio, they sell their wax in bars like this, or they have a little tin as well. These bars are good if you're going to be putting in your multi-placer. It's just a little easier to access. So I already have some in here, so I'm not going to be refilling the whole thing, but it does need topping up because over time you get little divots in there and then it just doesn't pick up the diamonds as nicely. So every couple days, usually I just add a little bit more, and that's what you do. You just scrape it in. So I kind of do it like that. And as you can see, it's kind of scraped it on the sides. And then I just use my finger to fold it over and push it down. Make sure I try and get the it level right across so that the placing the diamonds is going to be pretty equal. Put some there. And then, yeah, you kind of just do that. You might get some extra bits off on the side I just put in the sink. But yeah, there we go. Now I am ready to diamond paint with that. So you just scrape it in. Same for the single placer. I have a glue dot in there. Otherwise, I would do it. But I just take my tip and I scrape it in and push it down until it's full and level at the top. So that's how you use a hard wax like this. And yeah, you can multi-place, totally multi-place with it. This painting actually has a funny story. I had purchased it, then a friend, Karen, really wanted it, so I sold it to her, and then I immediately regretted my decision. So when it restocked, I bought it again, and here it is finished. So all of these ABs in the flowers were charted by Diamond Art Club. I did not add anything in here because, as I said, there were 5 ABs, and these flower petals are just chocked full of ABs. Just crazy. Like, look at that sparkle. Even in the blue vase there, like the new resin formula, it just really cranked up the sparkle. I think at least this is a nice size. I really enjoy this. If you like flower paintings, you like Diamond Art Club, I would recommend, if they do still have this for sale or to sign up for restock notifications, I recommend doing this painting. It was an absolute joy to work on. The diamonds fit together so nicely. Like, look how closely they are snug together. They are straight. I did not use a diamond painting ruler. I really enjoyed this painting, and it is one that I would probably do again. I forgot to look in here. Was there anything else that I wrote? Yeah, that's it. We already talked about it all. Now, there are some spots in here that I did plan to do a painting, and for whatever reason, I did not. This is one I was going to do from Craftably, Once Twins. I think I purchased this when they sent out an SOS to the community. COVID was really hard on them as a company, and since then, they have not had as much for sale, and I'm not sure if they are going to still remain in business in 2024. I think they are, if I'm not mistaken. They did recently restock some paintings. So they are another, I would consider, premium company. Their rendering style is great, similar to Diamond Art Club. The quality of their diamonds is great. It's resin, poured glue, everything. It's amazing quality. Last time I checked, they were shipping by DHL, I think, and shipping was free. And we were not supposed to get any customs or duties. And I do think a few Canadians did purchase, and that was their experience. They had nothing extra on arrival. I'm not sure if they still have that shipping deal. Before you order, if you are Canadian, I would just send the owners a message asking. They are very kind. Just give them time to get back to you. But last I checked, that was free shipping and no extra charges on arrival. I kitted this up for my post-op period, and I just never got around to it. It was a round one. I had kit up a lot of rounds around that time, figuring squares would be too hard post-op, and I just was tired of rounds, and I kept bypassing it, so I ended up passing it along. So I didn't even start it, I just had it kit up. And then this one, Self-Portrait by Dakota Dateweiler. This became one of my most favorite diamond paintings of all time. This is my first Dakota and only Dakota that I've finished so far. Her paintings are always so busy. They have so many features in them, and they are usually on the bigger side. I try to stick to smaller diamond paintings. One, just the space I have to work on them, and two, just that's just what I like to do. This one though was bigger. It was 56 by 84 centimeters. As I wrote there, big. Let's see, skills I learned, patience. That's because there was lots of confetti, which I tend to avoid. And I also blinged this one up quite a bit. I did write down the 310 were the old drills with lots of tabs. I do remember having a little bit of trouble with the 310, but I did not run out of it. All of the bling I'm going to show you is either from Oraloa or DP with Sparklers. Let's look at the actual painting. So yeah, this is one that I actually did sit down and I planned the bling. So I actually took the charted DMCs and decided what I was going to replace them with. I did add some crystals into the octopus. I really didn't like how it turned out, but nobody else commented that they hated it, so I guess it's okay. I just didn't like it, but I left it because there's no way I'm going back and pulling all those diamonds off. I also blinged up the balloon again. I wish I did it differently, but I'm not pulling them off. I think this clock or the gear was all charted by Diamond Art Club. I did add some extra crystals in some areas where there's the blue, as you can see, just to accent certain areas. And then our little butterfly friends in this painting are all crystals. Look at that. And the little guy up here. I swapped them totally out. I did leave the ABs in that Diamond Art Club charted, but otherwise this guy as well, this guy off to the side, these are all crystals. All crystals. Then we have the boat in here. I didn't really bling that up much. Some of the purple background, I added some. I missed that part. I would have done that. Some of the astronaut, I added some extra, looks like dark blue or dark gray sparkles in there. And then this huge butterfly really is a focal point. Look at all those crystals. That was really fun to do. What else do we have down here? This little butterfly is blinged out, of course. I was going to add some to her painting back here, but I elected not to. I was also going to give her some sparkly nail polish. I decided not to. Also, this little heart in her band here, I was going to. Honestly, by the end of this painting, I was so tired. Nothing wrong with the painting or the supplies. This was just a big one for me, and yeah, I was definitely tired, especially when I get down to all of these browns. I just want it over. But this was a joy to work on, and yeah, it will probably remain one of my favorites of all time. And that one actually took me quite a while. It looks like I did start it in my post-op period, so I only worked on it on good days. It took me April, May, and June to finish it. What else? So we might have some to skip through here. So this one was from a shop that's been in the community a while, selling diamond painting putty, and then they did a very short run of some diamond paintings. I did get one of the first ones. I did start it. I did do an unboxing. It should still be on the channel under unboxings. I started at the top, and in the top there's a waterfall, so there's a lot of light diamonds, colored diamonds. The gapping on this kit was was awful. What it looked like was the grid was way too big for the diamonds, and it was just, I wouldn't even call it gappy. It was worse than just gaps. It was not the best. I know she was fixing that for other runs, but I actually didn't finish it because I knew I just was not enjoying it. I knew that I would not like the finish effect, and I just decided to put it away. It's kind of sad because I really did want to work on it, but I just, because of my issues with the nerve damage, I can't put any time into things I don't enjoy, because I could end up in a pain crisis, and what's the point kind of thing. But the image looked nice. She actually did some hand rendering, so the rendering looked really good, and it's licensed, which is important, right? Since this time, Randis Crafty Corner is under new ownership. They're still making their scented putty. I do not think they're doing diamond paintings anymore, or at least right now. What else do I have in here? This one. So this is one I purchased from Distracted by Diamonds. They are in Etsy under Patty Wax. They are famous for their wax for diamond painting, but they also sell licensed diamond paintings. They tend to have some art that is more kind of abstract, or kind of from back in the day, older artists, right? Anthony with Single and Placing does quite a few unboxings, or he did with this company, and work on those kits. If you want to see some of that. This one I did kit up, but I never ended up starting on it. I had planned to do this for summer with the Masters 2023, but again, I was recovering from surgery, and the rendering on this was super confetti heavy, and lots of light colors, which they don't, sometimes, unless the spacing is 100% perfect, you can see the grid lines through it, and it's just something that I don't like. So I decided not to work on this, and I did send it off to somebody who did want to work on it, and I think they did do it for that event. This one, now, I'm not quite sure what I did with this one. I may have tossed it when I was done. No fault of the canvas at all. Sometimes if I know that I'm not going to ever hang something up, once I finish it, I take the pictures, I do the posts, and then I do toss it. I know some people are probably going to gasp, but really, I cannot keep all the diamond paintings I ever do. I just do not have the space. And I can't handle them because of my arms. So my husband doesn't want to do it. So I do have to keep my finished stash small as well. But I do remember thoroughly enjoying this diamond painting. It was obviously Diamond Art Club. It was a round painting, 56 by 69 centimeters. I absolutely loved it. This was one of the first pieces licensed by Diana Levin, or she goes by Golish Bunny Studios on Instagram. We've had a few of her paintings released. I know a lot of people who like the darker type art really enjoyed this style. It was rendered beautifully. The supplies, like the diamonds, it was a new resin formula, new facets. It was absolutely amazing. It turned out really nice as well. I just, for some reason, decided not to keep it, and then I also did not fill out anything in there. This one, actually, let me grab this one. This one is actually hanging on my fridge still, if you believe it or not. If you've been around, my husband doesn't really like seeing diamond paintings all over the house. So he's actually allowed me, quote, allowed me to have this one on the fridge for quite a long time. Since June 13th of 2023. This has been on the fridge almost 6 months. I can't believe it, but I did like it. This was one that I purchased from the Amazon store. So if you did not know, Amazon.com, that's a USA Amazon, has a DAC, Diamond Art Club storefront. They sell often smaller kits and sometimes exclusive kits to Amazon only, which I think this one might have been. And then there are a few others. They do also have regular sized diamond paintings too, but the selection on there is much smaller than their actual website. And as a Canadian, Amazon.ca, I think does sell some of them sometimes, but if I'm buying from them on Amazon, I tend to go to the USA Amazon just because they do have all of the options there. But I enjoyed working on this one. I added lots of extra bling. So in the birds, I added glitter drills, I added sparklers, and then in the flowers, I know one of my subscribers told me what these things are called coming out of the flowers. It's not something I remember. So anyway, I blinged them out, sparklers and glitter drills throughout all of them. This is when the type of glitter drills that have the gold glitter on top was very popular when it first came out. I believe the ones I have in here are from Moonmade. We have some sparklers from DPO Sparklers in the throat, some glitter drills over the top, and then again down here all of these little tendrils. Is that the name? I think it was something else. Anyway, I did bling out. I love the kind of sparklers that are two-toned. I think they just look so cool. What else did I do? I did say, I do remember now that this canvas, actually, I had an issue with the glue. It was not very sticky in some areas. That is when Diamond Art Club actually came out with their new glue adhesive. It's in a little pink bottle, and you can buy it from the Diamond Art Club website. I recommend adding it to an order if you don't have one already. It's just an adhesive that you can put on areas if it's not so sticky anymore for whatever reason. Let it dry a bit and it will get it sticky back. I haven't had to use it often, probably since this painting. So over 6 months ago is the last time I had to use it on a Diamond Art Club canvas. So it is not common for me, at least, to experience that, but it is nice to have a bottle of that on hand. And I loved the fairy dust drills in this one too. It was one of the, I think, newer paintings that had fairy dust drills. This one was from a shop. Now, actually, this shop is closed again. So this shop has opened and closed a few times this past year, and I think they're closing for good this time, but who knows, they may reopen. So it's Les Creations Declos. They are a Canadian company or shop in Quebec. They used to make all sorts of 3D printed accessories. Then last year they added licensed diamond paintings. They ran into some issues with that, and then they moved to only AI art, and now they are closed for good, both the 3D printing and the diamond paintings. I don't think she's closing her Facebook group this time, just in case they do reopen. She's returned to the workforce, the owner, so that's why they've closed this shop. There's just not enough time to dedicate to it. But they were a good option for, I would consider, more budget-friendly pricing. And Canadian shop, right? So you don't have the duties and extra fees and charges and stuff. I did appreciate when they did have the licensed artwork. I think the issue was they did not increase their prices like they should have to account for that. So they eventually had to move to AI art. This one was from Oraloa. Now, I did start this one. I ended up putting it away. It was in July of last year. Be great. I can't wait till we see more images with hand charting. It really eliminates unnecessary confetti, and to me it really makes diamond paintings amazing. That's my opinion. We all have our preferences, but for the stuff I like doing, I do like seeing hand charting, so I'm excited to see where they go in the new year. They are based in France, but they actually do have a Canadian warehouse. So if you're a Canadian address and you buy from them, it should ship from their Quebec warehouse, which means there's no extra fees or charges. So yeah, that is a bonus for Canadians. But they do have only 100% licensed artwork. They've also taken the stance to not allow any AI artwork. Now, I know that they've had some images that snuck by, and they've been very transparent with it, but their stance going forward is they do not want AI. They just want to support 100%, I don't want to say real artists, but I think you know what I mean, right? This one, here we go. This one is my favorite Diamond Art Club of all time. When I saw it, I knew I had to have it. The bright colors were just my jam. I worked on this at a time that I was dealing with a bit of a bout of depression. If you've been around a while, you know I do deal with depression, and as most chronic health problems, it kind of comes in waves, right? So this painting it did help me so much because it was so colorful. This is another painting that you kind of wake up at 5 a.m. and you want to work on it, and you don't want to go to bed because you want to work on it. So if they still have this painting on their website for restock, I would sign up for notifications if you like things like this. Absolutely a joy to work on. The supplies were awesome. These were the new resin formula, mostly new diamonds. I can see some of the old ones mixed in, but as you can tell, they did fit together really nicely together in this one. And I really, really enjoyed it. All of the white in here, all of this filigree stuff is all fairy dust, and that was chartered by Diamond Art Club. But you can see there are a lot of crystals in here, and those were all added by me. So up at the top, I started adding some in here. I added some in this element. They had actually a color of yellow in here that I did not like at all. So I actually put more ABs and topped them off with crystals. I added some crystals in the green throughout here, some of the filigree type stuff, just to make it a little bit pretty. I actually went back in and popped a bunch of diamonds off to put some more down so it looked better. In these purple flowers, I did some outlining with a crystal AB. In these leaves over here, they are all outlined with crystal, and then in the middle is a darker crystal. Our little heart here has some crystals in it. When I bling out a painting, I usually, as I said, I think I said earlier, I tend not to swap out like DMC for DMC. I grab something of a similar color and use it. Most of my special diamonds right now are crystals, though I am wanting to start collecting more fairy dust, maybe even some ABs. Though the ABs I tend not to add in because most diamond painting companies, that's the one special diamond they will always have. So I tend not to stockpile that one. But I'm very interested in the fairy dust. And then I also am thinking of starting to collect some metallic diamonds, because there are some diamond paintings I've done that would have looked good with some metallics, including this one probably. But I liked how it turned out for the most part. I'm going to kind of turn it sideways now. In this area, lots of crystals, yellows, reds, and pinks. And then all of the white, as I said, all of this white is fairy dust. There was a little flower in here. I added some crystals. This is the only kind of flower that I don't like. I did go back in, I popped some out and switched it. I'm still not fond of it. Just with the mix of the ABs and the orange crystals, I think is too stark of a difference. So I would have liked to go back in and fix it. Same with the one on the other side, it's identical. But I just did not want to pop off any more diamonds, so it stayed like that. It's not too bad. I really like how I did these ones. I outlined it in blue and then the middle in green. We've got our leaves again, and then these flowers really turned out nicely. This is always going to be one of my all-time favorites. I just absolutely love the color scheme. I love how I blinged it out. I did this one a little bit more intentionally. I sat down and charted the special diamonds, and I think I ordered some especially for this kit before working on it. As I'm running my hand over it, there are 0 popping drills. I did not seal this one, and you can tell they're fitting together super nicely. So very happy with this one. Let me see what I did. I said very little trash in the Diamond Art Club drills. The crystals, yeah, the crystals did have a lot of tabs. Did I write? I think most of these crystals were from DP with Sparklers at the time, though some could have been Orloa. Some of the colors were very tabby, which was very, very frustrating, but others were really nice. This one we already talked about. This one I actually don't have. Let me just move this. So this one I don't have any longer. I actually did this painting in September and October of 2023. I did decide to host a fall diamond painting event. I run my Facebook group. We actually, announcement, changed the name back to DAC Fans Canada. Now, that Facebook group originally started with that name, but because we allowed other shops, we had to change it to Licensed DP Fans Canada. However, I decided to go back to our roots. Probably 98% of posts made in that group by everybody is Diamond Art Club related, so I decided just to go back to that name. So we are now DAC Fans Canada. everybody is welcome. You do not need to be Canadian to join. That has not changed. That will always be the case. And no other rules of the group have changed. So like you can destash other licensed paintings as well. Basically the same rules in DAC Fans USA apply to our group, right? Anyway, I did finish this painting. I remember I really struggled with it. The dark colors were pretty tabby, the browns, and there was a deep red too that I ran out quite a bit. I should have reached out for diamonds. Now, if I did, Diamond Art Club would have sent them to me, but I rather look and see at when I'm finished the painting. What I did was finished it and then saw what color looked close that I had a lot of, and I had enough to finish it. So I did not end up reaching out for them to send more diamonds. But do know, if you are the original purchaser of a Diamond Art Club kit and you ever run out of a color of diamonds, you just have to shoot support an email. They will send you replacements. It's part of that lifetime warranty though, right? And then this is just another painting that I knew I was not going to hang up for very long. I think I had it up for a couple weeks, but the colors turned out so dark and just not bright and happy like I want right now. So I ended up tossing this one, but I did enjoy the artwork in general. I thought it was so cute with the 3 kitty cats. I did write down here that in this painting there was a mix of the old and the new drills. So the spacing on this kit was actually a little bit difficult to work on. There were some areas where with the multi-placer the diamonds fit nicely, and then other areas they were so tight you had to force them in. This painting really flared up my condition in my arms, and yeah, there were also popping drills on this one even though I did seal it. I guess maybe I didn't seal it enough, or the popping was just, the spacing was the problem. That's why they were popping. So anyway, I ended up tossing this one, but it does deserve to be in my finish list. This one is actually a sneak peek I did for Diamond Art Club. I did kit this one up at one point. It was October 11th to be precise, but I actually ended up not starting it, and I did send it to somebody else that really was interested in the image, because that was kind of, I had finished this one and it honestly it burnt me out of Halloween images, and I had kit this one up thinking it would be a quick round, and then Diamond Art Club came and released this one. This was part of their Halloween releases. This was by Area Illustration, one of my favorite artists, and I had to start on this right away, so I did. I started on October 14th. I haven't written anything because I actually did not finish this. I got up to probably her elbow, and then I rolled it up for the season. I said, that's it, it's Christmas time, and I kit up a Christmas kit. But it is rolled up, and I do plan to bring it out for 2024 to finish it off. Unfortunately, in this painting, the black, the 310, 3371, and some of the other dark brown colors in the background, you can see it's really dark, which I try to avoid, but this image was just cool. I just really needed the image. But anyway, I tend to avoid that, but they were tabby. That is one reason why I cut it off early. And plus I got halfway. I thought that was a perfect place to stop and wrap it up for the holiday season. The one I kit up after is this one. I actually don't have this one here right now. It's rolled up down in storage. I probably got to about here, and then I decided I needed a break. This one is a gorgeous image. It's by Dakota Dateweiler. It's huge. It's 88 centimeters by 70 centimeters. The way I diamond paint, it's a little bit difficult to handle this size of painting. And then all of the blues was pretty, it's not as bad as a painting with all browns and blacks, but I was getting tired and I thought it would be almost halfway done, and I wrap it up and I would finish it off in 2024. I enjoyed this though. All of the Aurora Borealis in the sky here is filled with ABs. Coating is absolutely gorgeous. There are quad cubes in the Christmas tree as well as all sorts of special diamonds. I also thought of blinging up some of the lights with crystals too would probably look nice, and the tree in the window. I love this image. I do have a video on the unboxing of this on my channel under Sneak Peeks, the playlist. Sneak Peeks if you want to see it. But I love this kit. I just decided to do part of it this year and hopefully finish it off next year. And here I wrote the 310 was much better, and that's because I did this painting right before it and I was having trouble. Then lastly, I kit this one up probably second week of December. oh, December 22nd, because this is a small one. It's only a 51 by 51, and I thought it would be perfect. I had planned to work on it until the end of December, actually, maybe even into January, but I elected to do the first row, and then I rolled it up and put it off to the side. I am definitely going to finish this in 2024 when the holiday season comes back around, and I might actually purchase the bling pack from DP with Sparklers. I didn't know that they actually put one together. DP with Sparklers, they do sell special diamonds like crystals and ABs. They have a whole list of other special diamonds. You can buy them separately, or they also started this year doing an enhancement pack. So they choose popular kits from Diamond Art Club and some other small shops, and they plan the entire painting, the bling. They give us all of the bling we need and instructions on where to put it. And then for those that maybe struggle planning, it is perfect. And I also want to just try it out in general, because sometimes it can be overwhelming to decide where you want bling, and I'm not a pro, so sometimes, like this flower over here, it doesn't turn out like I like it. So I'm definitely hoping this year to try one of the bling packs from DP with Sparklers for sure, and I might do this. I would probably have to pop off some diamonds that I've already placed down, but wouldn't be a biggie. I could even just order this one again if I wanted. Okay, so now we are now heading into 2024. So this is what I'm entering January with. I've kit this one up. This is another Moody Made diamond painting. I haven't done one of hers in quite a while. The hang in there one I did the beginning of 2023. So I thought beginning of 2024 for another one would be good. This is a round diamond painting measuring 60 by 75 centimeters. It's on the bigger side in general. And, but yeah, the canvas is amazing. It's a lot stiffer than this kind of canvas. This Diamond Art Club canvas, you can kind of maneuver a little bit. It's really easy to work with. Moody Made's canvases are a bit more stiffer. I actually find them harder to work with, but the quality is there. They are super durable. Her quality of her diamonds is great too. I am noticing though there are some inconsistent sizes in the dark colors of the round diamonds. It is making placing them difficult actually. They're not only inconsistent in diameter, but they're also inconsistent in height, which means when you try to use a multi-placer, it's not picking up diamonds like it's supposed to. So I am having a little bit of trouble with that. I did reach out to her. She is in the middle of switching suppliers, so it might be a while before she can get me replacements, but I did sit down yesterday and work on a little bit more and persevere. What I did was I changed my putty to a more firmer formula, and I found that was working a bit better. So I might just push through and see how it is. The way that it's laid out, I don't think you're really going to see the inconsistencies when it's finished. So I might, because it's a darker, lots of darker colors, if there were lighter colors, it would probably be a lot more noticeable, but you can really get away with a lot with dark colors. So yeah, I've done a row on this one, and they are super shiny, amazing quality otherwise, just inconsistent in sizes in the dark colors. And her AB coating looks amazing as well. It looks really nice. So excited to do this. I'm not blinging it out at all. I'm just doing it as charted. And then this one is my one and only bird. I know you crazy bird lovers are gonna gasp. I love this kit because it's more colorful than his typical birds. The background's purple and yellow, and I just found the colors a little bit more bright. Back in the day, I used to do a lot of Enz Guerrero diamond paintings. If you know her art style, there are a lot of browns and blacks and dark colors. And honestly, I never recovered from that burnout from working on Artisma. Absolutely love that painting. That was, I think, my second painting I ever worked on. So it was pretty hard, but I love it. It's actually down in storage. It's one that I'll keep forever. I actually had it up on my wall for quite a while until we decided to do some redecorating. Anyway, that's why I haven't purchased any of the other birds, because the backgrounds have been very neutral and I knew I probably would get frustrated. So when I saw this one, I knew I had to have it. Mom bought this for me for Christmas because she knew I didn't buy it. And then it restocked or something, and I thought, or it went low stock, and I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna get it. So I bought it for myself. When Mom found out, she told me, so I ended up sending the one I purchased over to Patty, who missed out on it, and I unwrapped it for Christmas. So it's kind of a funny story. Anyway, the image itself, I think, is loosely based on Alice in Wonderland. The name of it is Fabiola. The artist is Richard Lorenz. She is all kitted up and ready to go. I am going to join the Richard Lorenz diamond painting event that's hosted by Cindy. She's one person who's been in the community quite a while. She is one of the Instagram creators, I guess you could say. She has an active Instagram account, and she started hosting events in 2023. Her events are really fun and laid back. They're ran very similar to what I do, and she also has, for those interested, she has prizes you can enter as well. Her event is going for the month of January and February. You do not need a new start. You do not need to finish. You just need to work on one of his paintings. So, yeah. I will link her event group in the description box if I recall. If not, you can find it on Facebook. I may also enter in Life with Lindsay is another YouTube creator, also on Instagram as well, who hosts Alice in Wonderland event every year. It runs January 1st to February 14th. It's called #Alice in a Winter Wonderland. If you search that on Instagram, it will come up. The event itself is based on Instagram. That's the platform she uses the most. And she'll probably have some YouTube videos too. I do not think there's any prizes. It's more of like a fun paint along, get to know new people, and work on a specific type of diamond painting. So I may join this just for fun, as she did say this one would count as well. Anyway, that's it. All the other pages are blank, ready for 2024. Tally wise, I don't know how many I actually completed. Maybe for 2024, I'll keep a better log of that. Quite honestly, as I said, I've been diamond painting since 2021, but only started my channel in 2023. So I'm not somebody who keeps all of the details like some of my creative friends, but maybe I'll get better at it for 2024. I don't know. This year, I may be undergoing more surgeries. If I do, that would really impact my diamond painting. But if I don't get any surgeries, then maybe I'll be able to finish a bit more. I used to be a really fast diamond painter, but because of all the nerve damage, I cannot diamond paint for 8 hours a day anymore. And I'm lucky if I get an hour or two. So that's why you don't see tons of finishes from me. It's just I'm not fast anymore. Let me know what diamond paintings you guys finished. How many? Did you guys keep track of how many? I'd love to know. If you have a breakdown on company, I've seen some people do that as well. Let me know where you bought from the most, or who your favorite shop is, where you do most of your diamond paintings. Let me know also what you're going into 2024 with. Do you already have your kits planned out? Do you have them planned for the entire year? I'm not somebody who does that. I have it planned for January, and that's about it, because I kind of diamond paint based on mood or how I'm feeling. So that changes every month. So I tend not to plan my diamond paintings around events. I know a lot of people do, and that's why they can plan so far ahead, but I'm not. I'm kind of somebody who picks something based on how I'm feeling at the time. And if it qualifies for an event, I will join just for fun and to show some support. I should say that there actually are some paint gem sets that I did also finish, but that's going to be in another video. I'm going to do a bit of a post review on that, and I'll show you what I'm doing with my paint gems right now. I'm starting a new system, so those will be in another video, but I did probably finish 3 or 4 sets of those this year as well. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. That really helps show your support. And if you haven't already subscribed, I would love to have you. I am making my way to 2,000 YouTube subscribers, and I can't wait, you know. And the numbers aren't something I tend to focus on, but you can't help but be excited when you start reaching some of those different milestones. So I am super excited. Perhaps my 2,000th subscriber, if I catch it, I will do something special. I don't know. Stay tuned for that. But I appreciate each and every one of you is here. If you have any friends, family, or other members of the community that you think might take some value out of my content, feel free to share it. The more the merrier. Don't forget to join us on Facebook. The group is now under DAC Fans Canada. The link will still work in other videos, but I'll update it in the new videos. Same group, same people, just a different name for the new year. How about that? Yeah, so until the next video, happy diamond painting, everyone. Bye.